to start the weekend here on this Friday night. 2K Sports welcoming you to NBA basketball. With Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. This game marks the end of this stretch at home for the Suns. Back on the road tomorrow. Some doubts forming early for these guys. They've gone 0-4 to start the season. They need a win, fellas.
You know, Kevin, this is a team that you would certainly not consider to be world beaters, but they certainly are better than what they've shown thus far. I mean, it'll be interesting to keep an eye on them the rest of the season because they've got the potential to make some improvement.
You know, they could be asleep. I mean, they've got their work cut out for them.
Ready to go?
Especially after the disappointing start. But they're no pushover. They may fly under the radar and surprise a few.
Lenz checked in for Chandler. John Lure comes in for Markieff Morris. Warren's checked in for P.J. Tucker. And Freak subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Different look here for the Warriors. Azili's checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And it's Livingston in for Thompson. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Curry. Azili is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then there's Barbosa. And it's Livingston in at the 2. Now, here's Warren. Covered by Barbosa. It's going to be out of bounds. The Suns will retain possession. This break in the action gives us a chance to show you the NBA's current fast break specialists. The Suns third.
I think that's what really distinguishes them offensively. They really like to get out in transition.
And that one's good. Freak. Here's Curry. 17 points for him last game against the Lakers. What a season for Alex Len last year. Came in looking to find a spot for the team, and he made huge jumps in his game.
And I think it correlated with his minutes going up as well. I mean, played a lot more minutes, and he's a very complete big guy. With the added minutes, the production has gone up as expected. Tell you what, they haven't wasted any time getting into the swing of things on the boards.
And even this early, that's a good omen for the rest of the game.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
And they've been the more physical team offensively, seeking contact, looking to score in the lane, and getting to the line.
A big disparity in the free throws, and that's been a big boost to their offense.
Sonny Weems checks in for Brandon Knight. The Warriors also with a sub. Iguodala's checked in. Here is Livingston. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Weems kicks to Freak. And the rejection by Iguodala. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. The Warriors shooting their first free throws of the game. Free throw drops for Barbosa. Both shots good from the stripe. And it's the Suns with the ball. 7-point differential. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
And boy, that was a tough.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Suns lead by 7. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And let's hear from Tyson Chandler. He talked about what he brings to this team.
I do a lot that doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Chandler has long been the kind of player all coaches want on their team. And the Suns with a completely new group on the floor. Different look here for the Warriors. Azili's checked in for Bogut. Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. And Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston. And Golden State looking at who they've got. They've got Klay Thompson. Curry is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Azili in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Phoenix had a season of heartbreak last year. So many losses for them on last-second shots. Late-game losses, Greg, buzzer beaters.
Yeah, it's sad if you're a Phoenix fan. How many times this team lost at the buzzer? Just close games in general. Of their 42 losses, how about 18 were by 5 points or less?
Knight, that's a 2-pointer. Phoenix no good that time either.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Barbosa kicks to Barnes. Thompson outside. Some nice passing by Golden State here. Just 5 to shoot. Curry. Shot misses. Nice defense from Freak.
You know, trying to think back on all of the last-second losses for the Suns last year, guys. Heck, the Clippers, Milwaukee, Houston, the Grizzlies, Kings, and Warriors. Ouch. Here it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
That's good.
I really like the fact that he's getting the touches he needs here after not scoring a single point in that first quarter.
And, you know, what is worse for the Suns and last year's buzzer beaters? A lot of them were from big men. Griffin hits a 3, Cousins hits a deep 2. Big men hitting big shots against them. At least they know it can't be as bad this year. Yeah, that's a tough call right there and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
Both shots good from the stripe.
And Steph Curry, 6'3" and about 195. I mean, a slender frame. You look back to high school and college, and that was one of the question marks. Did he have the strength to succeed?
Warren dishes to Knight. Here's Len. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The battle to a standstill on the boards has really been something to watch, and the game's not over yet. We'll see if one of these teams maintains more energy than the other going down the stretch.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. The drive by Green. Here's Barnes. That one bounces around and comes back out.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
From deep three-point range, got it off in time, but it's no good. And the first half comes to a close. We've got a close game going on here. The Suns on top. They lead by a bucket. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Tyson, coming off the loss in the last game, it seems like you guys are playing with a renewed intensity here tonight. What's been the difference?
Well, we just can't allow them to stay around close. You know, last night we had a letdown. Tonight we got to do a better job of getting down, staying our ground, playing defense, and taking advantage of this game.
Tyson, thank you for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly. Welcome back, everyone. The second half about to get underway, and it's been a close one so far.
How about Steph Curry in this one? 16 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
He can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
He's checked in for Iguodala. Barbosa comes in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. Freak, he's in at the point. Warren is out there with John Lewis. And it's Sonny Weems. And it's Len in at the 5 spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
The Suns leading. Feeds to Lure. Pass to Freak. And he uses the glass on the layup. Freak's got 7 points.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Green, the screen. Here is Livingston. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one, and he gets it to go.
And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. That's on Andrew Bogut. And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah, right,
No,
right,
my goodness.
right. Yeah, he probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
No. There's the dish to Lure. Now here's Freak. Defense right on him. To the wing right side. Clock at 6. Pass to Len. The 9-foot shot. And it falls over the rim and in. Len's got 4 points now. Phoenix also making some changes. Warren's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Sonny Weems comes in for Brandon Knight. And Freak subbed in for Eric Bledsoe. Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. Curry comes in for Harrison Barnes. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Barbosa is out there with Thompson. Then there's Livingston. Then it's Curry. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
Move the ball. Stick it to right.
26 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Out to the right wing. To the left wing. Weems kicks to Lure. That's good from 17 feet away. Lure's got the lead up to 13 now for Phoenix.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Here's Freak. Missed. And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home.